First of all, congratulations. A wonderful performance, very dramatic as well, it has to be said. How do you now reflect on your memorable victory?
Thank you. But, I just give God all the thanks and praise for it. I couldn't have done it without him. I remember going in right before the gun went off, and I was just praying to him. I said, God, I'm leaving this in your hands. But, I'm just so grateful right now.
Talk us through the dive, though. When did you realize that you had to do something as dramatic as you did?
It wasn't intentional, and a lot of people think that it was, but it really wasn't. What had happened was, I went out really hard, and about the last 40 meters or so, my legs just started getting shot, and getting closer to the line, I just lost all feelings in my legs, and next I felt myself leaning, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fall, and all I was thinking was I have to get across the line. So I started dipping for the line, and I ended up falling across the line, but it all worked out in my favor. So.
You lay on the floor for quite some time. When was the point of realization, when you realized the victory was yours?
It was crazy because, right after we crossed the line, everything kind of went quiet because the results hadn't come out as yet. And I was laying down and I was just looking up, and I heard when my mom screamed. And when I heard her scream, I was like, okay, I had to have won it. And I looked back at the scoreboard and I saw the results, and, it was just such an emotional moment for me.
Yeah, just describe, if you can, that relief probably, but just describe that feeling of the gold medal, of winning it.
Oh my gosh, it's such an amazing feeling, just thinking about all the hard work that we've put in, I put in so much hard work this year, and my coaches have pushed me to the limit this year, and, just to know that I've accomplished something so great, it's an amazing feeling for me, and I still haven't really sunk it all in as yet, but, it's coming in slowly, and I'm just so grateful right now.
Just describe, if you can, the rivalry and the perhaps the camaraderie, but that rivalry you have with Allyson Felix, because it was quite a battle out there.
Yeah, she's a great athlete, a great athlete, and she's among the greats. So competing with her, it was just a great feeling for me. I know that we were going to give the crowd a great show, and I knew she was coming out to bring her A game, and we just went at it, and all the other girls, everyone just gave their best, and I throw my hats off to everyone of the girls that competed. We gave it our all, and hey, we all did well.
Does she, in a way, inspire you, push you on to greater heights? You have to, as you say, bring the A game, right?
Last year, I remember after the race, she spoke to me, and she was saying, you're going to be great someday, and she was telling me, all the potential that I had, and she's such a great person, and she has such a great personality, and it's just such an honor just to compete with her.
You touched on it a little earlier, but just tell us a little, the sacrifices you've made, the journey that you've had to take in order to get to where you are.
Oh my gosh. Well, first off, I'm from the Bahamas, but I'm training in the States, in Florida. So, I'm so far away from my family, and, I'm trying every now and then just, to go and visit them, and, so we had to sacrifice with that, but, all the hard work that we had to put in, it was just ridiculous. This year was by far the most work that I've put in, and, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The workouts were rough this year, and, my coaches just pushed us and motivated us to get through it, and we did, and, that's all I remembered before going on the track, and I was like, look, I worked hard for it, so I'm going to leave the rest in God's hands.
I know you're probably in a bubble here a little, but how's the reaction been, perhaps from family members, back home in the Bahamas? How have people received this incredible achievement?
I got a few videos from my family members where they, all of them were celebrating, and they showed me videos where the entire country was celebrating, and everyone's just so proud of me back at home, and I did it for them as well, and it's just such a great feeling to know that I have the support of my country, and to know that I made them proud. So I'm really happy with it.
The Bahamas have had Olympic success before, but do you think that this can, in a way, maybe push on? Do you feel?
Oh, definitely. Our last individual medal was 2004 with Tonique, and we got the 4x4 at the last Olympics. So I'm hoping that this pushes more athletes to realize that we might be a small country, but we're very powerful as well, and just to keep motivating the athletes and help them bring up, because we have a lot of talent back at home, and it's just something that we just got to push them a little further. So.
I was going to say, is the talent there? Is the coaching there as well, perhaps, as well?
Yeah, we have a few good coaches back at home as well. But a lot of the athletes back at home, some of them stick with it, some don't, But, we try our best just to try and motivate them to stay in the sport. Because, like I said, we have so much great talent. We have kids that just come out of the blue and just pop a good time and then just leave. And we're like, no, you got to stay. Like, you're really good. But, we have a lot of talent. We just got to keep pushing the kids.
And just finally, looking further ahead, what now do you still hope to achieve? Obviously, you've got Tokyo 2020. And what else do you think you can still achieve?
It's so much more things that I have set up, as far as my dreams, of course getting medals on my way is a part of it, but, my main dream is to become the best in the sport, and, I'm still working really hard towards that. I'm getting medals in the meantime, and, I'm just working towards that. So.
Wonderful stuff. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.